M0FXB Hamtech, welcome back to the channel. Today the title is Icom New Shack in the Box Options. Now we've got a few Icom radios here. As we've been seeing all over the internet and YouTube, the Yaesu FTX1 is now available and being sold in the USA, and it's been at Hamvention and Dayton. So today what we want to do is think about what options Icom may be considering. Now remember, this is just my opinion. This whole video is for entertainment purposes, before people start saying to me misinformation and things like that, because speculating when radios get announced is part of the fun before you actually buy a radio. And any person that says speculation and opening up new Facebook groups before radios even get released and say that in a way as if it's a bad thing, no. We're speculating, we're having fun, we're enjoying our hobby, and let us have our freedom to do that. So anyway, just going to minimize this. What I want to discuss is, now I've got the 7100 that you can see there. See if I can pick it up. And I'll just zoom the camera on it like so. There's my 7100. Okay, love it. Now one of the key things that they really I feel was very clever that they did with the 7100, I'm just going to stretch it out here, see if you can see this. Multiple windows, of course. There it is there, and we've got HubNet. And remember, it's Shack in the Box. You know, you tap the screen, so I'm sort of doing this. And then we can go to HF, okay? Shack in the Box, no tuner, yeah? But the clever thing that they definitely did with it is that just with one Ethernet cable, they allowed this head unit to have a speaker and a microphone connector. And even at the back there, it's just, I'm sort of looking now, speaker out, and it says Kia. Even the CW key is on the back there. I wish it was a bit brighter, but it's quite hard to do this actually, but don't worry. Just there. That's your CW key, speaker out, and microphone connector. So excellent. And the microphone is one of these super microphones where you can pretty much control everything. Okay, so we can put that down and we'll look at the next option. Icom 705 that I got from brand new. So it's been, I think it might have even been 4 years. I feel like it was before COVID. But anyway, excellent. And the front unit, you know, is and remember, this is a single receive unit. So if Icom were going to consider bringing out something like the FTX1, really they would need an extra knob on both sides, a bit like the 5100, I would say. So you've got that dual receive, because I feel like they're going to need to do that if they bring out a Shack in the Box. They're going to need to do dual receive. But this head unit, which is actually very portable, I think they've got it right with screen-wise and what it does. But they need to, of course, have USB-C now. This is not USB-C, except for I have actually modified mine. And they need to think about antenna tuner options. Is that the battery flap? And then how we're going to control it. But screen, they're sort of quite there. Now, the reason I'm even bringing this up is now to do with the 7100. If we look at the 7100, there is the rear unit just there on the left photograph. Everything is in there that we need, and then from that they use the Ethernet cable to bring everything, you know, to the front head unit. So they've done, if you ask me, they've done a lot of the work already. The reason I'm saying, well, they might as well at the other end of that use the 705 type head is because they've done a lot of work there. And of course, I know that it's not as simple as that, and there's a lot of money and work and in development. But a lot of people say to me, all they need to do is put a color screen on the Icom 7100. But I feel that now that the FTX1 has come out and it's got the, you know, the dual knobs, let's bring it back in here, where you can pretty much control the A and the B band, yeah? The A and the B, you've got separate knobs, like you pretty much have on the FTM 150, 500, 510. So because of that, I feel like they need to do the screen so it's dual receive. Now the screen's big enough already to do that with the 705. no problem with the size of the screen. It's just a matter of how they're going to sort of split it up. So Icom are very, when they made the 7100, that was amazing, yeah. And so the things we want is an antenna tuner, whether it's built into the rear unit, which I think is doable, very doable. They'd have to probably increase the size of it, or a separate module. I actually really like the fact with the 705 that the battery is in the back of it for when you go portable. So then we could literally pick up our, just going to turn it off here, our head unit from Icom. Yeah, I know it's a bit dark in here. We could pick it up. Let me just get some more light on this. Well, you don't really need to. You get the idea. And wouldn't it be amazing? Because you know, at the back of it, you've got that Ethernet connection. Imagine if they could actually do that via Wi-Fi. If they could send that last bit of data via local Wi-Fi or around the world Wi-Fi, you know, as well. So there's massive potential here. Now, we are going to be paying for the privilege of this because they're going to come out with something. It's inevitable. They're a business. They're going to come out with a color screen competitor to the FTX one. I just think they will. Yeah. So I feel like it's inevitable, but you'll pay for it. It's going to be over £2,000 again. Yeah. So you will pay for the privilege. That's why, you know, hang on to those 7100s because you can get them second hand for £500-600 now. And I've noticed that the price in a lot of the retailers in the USA have been lowering the price of the Icom 7100. They've also lowered the price of the Yaesu 710. I don't really know why, because I think it's a really good set myself. So thank you for watching. Let me know. This is complete speculation. What do you think they're going to come up with? What do you think about my idea? And, you know, the Icom 905, which looks identical to the 705, where they've got the separate unit to enable the SHF frequencies, where they've sort of done a lot of work in there. I feel like the 905 was a bridge too far, if you ask me. Give me some feedback on that. I've never met anyone that is using a 905 and using those SHF bands. The 7760 is a beautiful, amazing set. But was it worth an extra £3,000 for the privilege of doing what it does? Because that's a £6,000 set, where the 7610 is a £3,000 set. Give me feedback. I'm not the decider here. I think that Kenwood, Icom, Yaesu are amazing companies doing amazing work, but they, you know, we have our feedback, like the new Kenwood TM750 that we're all seeing at the moment, which I really love, but I'm very, very disappointed that they dropped the HF receive. I think they definitely should have kept that. But anyway, thanks for watching my channel. Please, if you haven't already, subscribe and catch you on air, because I go on ham radio every day and chat with my friends. Bye for now.